Dokkan, they just answered my prayers. Yesterday, I uploaded a video talking about please, Dokkan, please. And I woke up and it seems like someone has a super easy 8. Now look, I have not read this yet. I woke up like 20 something minutes ago. I needed to take a quick breather because, when I saw this, I was, you know what I'm saying? So, we're going to go ahead, look at these translations. I am just hoping for him to be usable. If I had to, not guess, but if I had to, not predict it, what's the word? If I had to hope for any, like any specific build for this character, like I'd want him to be some sort of support, because I don't think he's going to be a main rotation option when you have Bio Broly in the game, right? Or any of these other Brolys. So if he can be a character who's like supporting from like a distance, but also can be good enough to be in that third slot, I think that's like the ultimate, the ultimate way for this character to really exist on the Movie Bosses team alongside all of the other Brolys. So let's go ahead and look at what he does. I'll bring him up for comparison. So attack and defense was 80% when attacking and so far. Here we go. 2 key and 200% the stats. That's very nice. Attack and defense was 150% when attacking. So again, so far, very, very good. An extra 30% to stats up to 150. And reduces damage received by 10% up to 50. With each super attack performed. I am not, if he can perform additionals, changes a random type of key sphere to rainbow key spheres when there is a planetary destruction or pure Saiyans category ally attacking in the same turn. So he is a free rainbow orb changer, because who else are you're running him like alongside other Brolys, right? Key +1. An attack plus 10% for super class allies. And key +1, an attack and defense plus 20% for extreme class allies per rainbow key sphere obtained. So he is a rainbow orb changer who needs the rainbow orbs that he creates. Okay. Chance to perform a critical hit plus 50%. And launches an additional super attack for every 2 rainbow key spheres obtained. Okay, so the max amount of super attacks you're going to see from this character is 4, right? Their own. You can only collect 5 rainbow key spheres at once. So if it's every 2, that's an extra 2 super attacks that you're getting from rainbow key spheres. And then the hidden potential. So if you have, it's going to be hard to get 5 key spheres in a turn. But if you are able to get, let's say, just 2 rainbow key spheres, and then maybe the hidden potential, you can build up to, 30% damage reduction? I wonder what the stats of this character will look like. Being an orb changer for this Movie Bosses team is very, very, very good. And if you can get at least 2 rainbow key spheres, you're giving 2 key and 40% to stats for extreme class allies, which of course is very, very good. If you're able to get 3, that's 3 key and 60%. Or 4 key and 80. The max you'll be able to give, hypothetically, which of course you're not really going to see that often at all. But theoretically, the max you can give is 5 key and 100% to stats. If you have some crazy godlike rotation or crazy godlike luck, where, because I'm assuming you're putting this character in slot 3, it's hard to understand all these stats in the sense, because he's also giving himself this buff as well. It's not excluding himself. So you'd have 200% of stats, 150 when attacking, which is a multiplicative buff, and then this extra stats here is being added on. So I don't know what his stats are really gonna like. He is so old that it's gonna be really, really hard to you can definitely calculate it, right? Like, I'm pretty sure Halvard already shout out to Minato too for the translations here. I am actually it's hard for me to gauge this. 50% damage reduction, of course, is really good. I think after attacking, and of course after the orb collecting, I don't know how good he'll be. I don't know how good he'll be defensively. Launched additional super attack. Yeah, if this guy had like, I know they don't do it for super easy A's, but if his super attack, he raises attack for 3 turns. Wait, is this 50%? Damage multiplier. What is the super attack multiplier? Let me look up. Let me go to the actual, or the OG wiki, not this one. Hold on. What is his current damage multiplier? I didn't mean to click featured characters, to be honest. Let's go name B Broly. We can actually see his current attack multiplier here. So upon he's yay. Oh, so this is 50%. So he basically greatly raises attack for 3 turns. He actually could be hitting pretty hard. Because if you get, let's say, 2-3 super attacks, the next turn, he's going to be, assuming, all this is built up, he could actually look really, really, really strong offensively, I think. What I'm worried about is how good defensively it's going to be. Because, look, 50% damage reduction, I feel like, at this point, isn't the craziest. Like, the GT Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Goku were, like, infamous for that 50% damage reduction. Now they just get one shot, right? So, I don't know. I mean, plus, like, these stats they don't really... These stats, of course, are going to, like, help, right? And that damage reduction is also going to get extremely powerful after this character attacks. And after they collect those key spheres. Because, again, 2, 3, 4 key spheres are getting you anywhere from 40 to 80% extra stats, specifically defense, which is what we really care about here, right? The extra super attack is cool, but that only really benefits Broly in terms of what's it called? In terms of his attack. Now, where else could, like, I guess, do we start running this guy in World Tournament now? Is he a World Tournament demon? I mean, he's, again, like, you need to get those Rainbow Key Spheres, basically, in order for him to really be super effective. The reason why I'm confused is because I don't see this guy as a slot 1 or slot 2 option, so I'm putting him in slot 3 on this team, right? Now, if I put this guy in slot 3, I need to make sure that the rainbow orbs that he creates are not taken up by the other Brolys. But that's going to be super hard to do because my other Brolys are main rotation, so they deserve as much key as possible, which means, am I going to be able to really take advantage for the rainbow orb, like the rainbow orb chaining that this character provides for himself? Will he be able to take advantage of it? I don't think, like, let's say this guy guarded all attacks before attacking. That would be a different story. Because if he guarded all attacks before attacking, or had, like, let's say, extra defense or something when facing a specific enemy, which very restrictive and annoying, I get it. But if he was built for, to be a slot 1 character, then it just makes a lot more sense. But again, I really want to see the numbers this guy can do. This is one of those easy A's that are very, very hard to really interpret, because usually what we do for easy A's is when a character gets an easy A, we compare how good they were before, sorry, to really making sense of their new stats. But this guy had nothing before easy, like literally nothing. So we don't really have like a mental, standpoint, or like a mental, reference point as to what he was doing before. So now we can, like, if let's say he had 2 key and 100% of stats, and he was already looking pretty decent, then we say, you know what, he's gonna at least hit this hard, whatever the case is. But I want to see what he does in game, is basically what I'm saying. But I will also say this: if this is as good as I'm thinking it is, then I don't think they fumbled this at all. Yeah, I don't. Being an orb changer for this team is very, very, very good. My only issue is he is a character who needs the orbs that they change. Could you imagine if these last two parts of his kit were built in such a way where even if the allies obtained those rainbow orbs, they would be receiving that buff, and he would be receiving that buff? Which I think that would definitely be a little too strong, because I guess then he's guaranteed to get the additional supers and the guaranteed crit that he can also build up from that. So, I don't know. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. I have to see this guy in game. I have to see this guy in game. I don't know how to feel about it just yet. I have to see him in game. That's the only way I'm going to really be able to accurately, I guess, assess where we are with this character. But I'm definitely not disappointed. Do I think they could have made him better? Again, I gotta see how good he is. But something like guarding all attacks before attacking would have been really, really strong, in case, you know, you're forced to have this guy in like slot 1, or let's say an enemy, so either an enemy locks you or you're facing an AoE enemy, in which this guy is just not going to be great, because again, a character who needs to attack to build up stats, as well as get so much stats when attacking, means he has to attack first. Which means he is not a slot 1 character, because slot 1 characters, as we all know, need to be able to defend themselves in slot 1, and this guy is not doing that. Especially, like, he has 300% of stats on the table locked behind him attacking. He is not a slot 1 character, and I don't know why you put him in slot 2 unless he's fully built up. So for me, again, he's just a slot 3 demon. I like the fact that I wish he also just had a little bit of support, just by baseline. So imagine he gave all allies 1 key and 10% to attack and defense, and then you slap this on. I think that would have been a little bit better and a little bit more consistent as well. So even if he doesn't get a rainbow orb in that last slot, he's still providing something to the team. Because again, my concern here is, since he is a slot 3 character, or any slot besides slot 2, right? Because he is not a slot 1 character, I'm putting him in slot 3, and because I'm putting him in slot 3, since he is rainbow, or since he's changing orbs, the chances that the rainbow orbs he creates the chances that those are not used by my slot 1, slot 2 characters is pretty low. Now, of course, new ones can generate on the field, but it's going to be really hard to talk about consistency when it comes to seeing this character's support, seeing this character's crit, and seeing this character's additional. But it looks really good. It does. I'm holding back my true feelings until I see what he looks like in game. He is not like one of those characters that just pops out like, oh my god, like, what did they do, right? I mean, he's a million times better than what he was before. But I need to see. They should have just built this up to 80%. If facing like so 50% baseline, but you know, why not 70-80%? You know, why not 70-80% if facing a Goku or facing a super class enemy or something like that? That wouldn't have been too broken, right? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, though. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed. How are you feeling about the Super Easy A? I am, to be completely honest with you, I'm so happy. So happy that this guy got a Super Easy A. Because, you know, yesterday it was looking like they weren't going to do it. It was looking like they were not going to do it. But they did. And the fact that it exists now is something I'm very happy about. Now, we do have to say, rest in pieces to my GOAT here. I mean, look, let's be honest, it's definitely possible. Rose Goku Black's Easy A last year during the Worldwide dropped October 3rd. Now, have we gotten 2 super easy A's in one celebration before? No. But guess what? This is an anniversary. Sorry, this is not an anniversary. It feels like an anniversary to me. This is a big worldwide celebration, so let's just not act like it's not possible. But I'm not gonna say and also like demand this anymore, because we got what we really wanted and what I was begging for yesterday. I wasn't on my knees or anything, but I was. Maybe I was. Look, the point is that we have him, super easy, and that's the important thing. I don't know when they'll ever touch this guy. But I guess we'll have to see. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate you. And I cannot wait to use this guy. And I cannot wait to see how good of a character he really is. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Merry Christmas and good night.